communicating to Kenyans. Last year, the president was big on austerity measures. We have been taken through a period where we're told we are in dire straits. We do not have money. Yes, even parliamentarians have had to change their transportation when you're going to probably the coast and you've had to use the railway instead of using aircraft. Now, when we see such a headline, when we're told we don't have money, what kind of communication is that to Kenyans?
In the morning, let me say, as much as my good friend, Joe, who want to support the move to have choppers, I would drastically say there has to be a very merited need for such a purpose. And we should not be putting budget, a heap of it, because we understand how state operates. And we are not new with the state. Mutambo want to tell us that, in fact, there's no misuse of government vehicles. I can tell you, Idimuli, I am a witness in the last campaign. We were a heap of government vehicles were used. Let me tell you what they does. They only change the number plates. And they know where they sort the number plates.
We've seen that.
And I can tell you, and these GK government vehicles are even fueling free fuel. It is unfortunate because that's a misuse. And at the end of the day, every cost will be transferred to the taxpayer. It's unfortunate. If it's a campaign, you must do it privately. And there's no need at all to misuse any single coin for public taxpayer. And I can tell you, my worry is such an authorization of such a tender, if there is no measure and clear cut of what purpose, what merits, then it will move to what you call misuse. And let me tell you, you find these choppers being taken, but actually the bills will not be going to private. The bills will go into the taxpayer. Very unfortunate. And we know how misuse of state it is. And I must stand here to say, I know how misuse of government vehicles is being done. And likewise, is going to also to be taken to the choppers. And we do not wish to have such a waste of resources at a time of critical like this one. I can tell you, we have many other needed and funded gaps. Can you first and foremost deal with them? Instead of dealing with what we call now this kind of hyping of chopper use, I can tell you, and unless there's an emergency, that's only when you can go for chopper.
Yes.
Otherwise, I can tell you wherever it is possible, use road networks.
We saw President Yoweri Museveni drive all the way from Kampala to Kisumu with his entourage and went back. Yet our politicians were moving from that meeting to their homes using choppers. Bwana Mutambu, there's definitely the risk of misuse of government resources once they're made available like this.
In any business or in any operations, risks are there. We are not saying that there's